Hey, what is up guys, and we're back again for another video. This time, we'll have a look at the Micronics Wizmax EM2-Stereo, a budget mid-tower case featuring a unique design, premium build, and spacious interior. Let's get started. So I got this case about 2 weeks ago. It also comes with a white variant, which I'd like to have, but we'll settle for the black one for now. A quick look on the specs and we can tell this PC case is huge. It supports up to e-atx motherboards, which is a bigger variant of the ATX form factor. It also supports top mounting a 240 or 280mm radiator, up to 160mm CPU tower coolers, almost any big ass video card you can think of, and a bunch of drives. What immediately caught me is how clean and elegant the case looks. It resembles stereo speakers, thanks to those big 140mm fans behind those two speaker-like grills. Now you might be thinking that the case have built-in speakers. Sadly, it does not. I think that's a missed opportunity considering that the case have so much room in here which could accommodate them. But well, it's pretty cheap for a decent e-atx case priced at 3,135 pesos, so I can't complain much. Although I just find the stereo word in the name could mislead people into thinking that the case have built-in speakers. Alright, so out of the box, the case comes with these two nice looking 140mm fans mounted at the front. They are LED fans daisy chained to the 120mm LED fan at the back. The fans are powered via Molex, so they're not PWM fans. The rear fan features a fan control and an LED control which is connected to the buttons at the front. Now, a few things to note. The fans are not RGB. They pretty much light up in a fixed rainbow colorway, and that's it. You can turn them off using the LED button, and they have two speed settings toggled via the speed button, which is at the front as well. For more detailed information, you can refer to the specs I am flashing on the screen. The cut on the PSU shroud looks nice, although I would prefer if it's just close. It just gives the case a much cleaner look. For dust protection, the case features the typical magnetic dust filter at the top, bottom for the PSU intake, and at the front behind the two 140mm fans. The case also comes with the usual screw sets, some cable ties, and a PCIe slot cover. I find the EM2-Stereo spacious enough. The case is well suited for those that have multiple 2.5-inch drives or SSDs, since it can support up to 5 of them. As for 3.5-inch drives, although the spec says it can accommodate 3, with the third one supposedly being able to mount here, it wasn't the case. As you can see, this side is not deep enough to accommodate a 3.5-inch drive. We can remove this tray though, but since the case doesn't have any screw holes in this place, you'll have to be creative in making sure the drive won't fall off when you close the case. So per my checking, you can only mount up to two 3.5-inch drives via this caddy at the bottom under the PSU shroud. I noticed that the case supports vertical GPU mounting, which I think is a big plus. There's not a lot of ATX, more so e-atx cases in the budget range that have this feature. I also like how they position the I/O ports. They are elegantly lined up at the side, and combined with the case overall look and matte coating, it makes the case look more expensive than what it actually is. Alright, so of course I would try to build in this case. Despite it being black, I think my white components should still look nice after this is all done. By the way, just for reference, here's the EM2-Stereo side by side with my current PC case, which is a TechWare Nexus Evo. They're both ATX mid-towers, but as you can see, the EM2-Stereo towers over my Nexus Evo. It is also very evident that my old case have a choked ventilation, so I would expect the temperatures improving after I rebuild my PC on this new case. So building inside the EM2-Stereo is pretty straightforward. For this build, I will be removing the rear fan because my ID Cooling XF12025 fans do a better job at cooling due to them having a higher RPM, CFM, and more importantly, they're PWM fans, so I can let my computer control them automatically. Note that by doing this, I'm effectively rendering the LED and speed buttons useless, which leaves the two 140mm fans always spinning at max speeds and the lights constantly on. I'm really glad the case has so much space to work on, and I can finally mount my ID cooling aura flow radiator to the top, which I am unable to do so on my old case. As for the cable routing at the back, I suck at this. Although I feel that if you have so much going on with your computer, which means more cables, it could be tough to manage, as the side is not deep enough to accommodate thicker cables. With that said, I think this will do just fine for the most part. I just really suck at cable management. Oh, and one more thing. Do be careful with tempered glass. This applies for any PC case that has one. It's better if you lie the case flat on the table and gently lay down the glass. Make sure you don't screw it too tight as you risk shattering it. Okay, so now that the build is done, I did some benchmarks and noticed that my temperatures have improved. The numbers are not super big, but overall, it's still an improvement. The white parts inside the black case don't look so bad. I like it. And these I/O ports look like they'll last long. They feel more tighter and premium compared to my Nexus Evo when I first got it. Alright, so wrapping up, I think the Wizmax EM2-Stereo is a great mid-tower case for the price. Despite the kinda misleading name, there's no doubt that the case looks absolutely premium and unique. Apart from the looks, the case boasts features like support for top-mounting radiator, vertical GPU mounting, and up to 5 2.5-inch drives, which are quite rare for mid-tower cases in its price range. The pre-installed case fans could use an improvement though. Would be nice if they're at least RGB with a dedicated controller, but still, they're decent. That much I can say. That's it for this video. Big thanks to Micronics Wizmax for sending this in. Be sure to check out their Facebook and Shopee pages for ongoing promotions and events. Like, dislike, comment down if you have questions or anything to say. Get subscribed so you don't miss out on my next uploads, and as always, thanks for watching and see you guys soon.